to a seat on your butt with your knees out or your legs out in front of you and your knees bent. And then just kind of have your strap or your TheraBand, whatever you've got, have it handy, just kind of nearby. But with that nice bent knee position, make a little wide space for your belly, for your chest. Drape yourself over your thighs and then just take a second to kind of round your back, soften the back of your neck.
I found this on the web.
As your body starts to settle in and your mind quiets down just a little bit, start to just tune in and see if you can notice and feel the movement of breath in the back of your body. So maybe you'll notice the space between your shoulder blades, the bottoms of your ribs. And you might even notice some movement in the back of your neck and the tops of your shoulders as well. And then just for a moment here, just kind of notice sometimes as we come to our mat, our mind might take a little while to catch up with that softening position. So notice if there's any stuff that's running through your brain, and then just see if you can start to allow that to kind of pass in and out without any judgment. So knowing that there's no need to hold on to anything or solve any problems right now. But if you can, let things go, or just know that they'll be there when you're done with your practice. And then with that idea of setting those things down, can you invite a little bit more softness into your shoulders? A little bit of softness into your jaw. And then before we move away from this place of stillness, just take a moment here to set an intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice, never doing anything that would cause your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. Awesome. And then when you're ready, slowly start to lift yourself up. So just lifting your belly and your chest away from your thighs, but stay in that nice upright seated position. And we're just going to move the head and the neck. So as you inhale, gently lift your chin upward towards the sky. And as you exhale, tuck your chin down to your chest. Inhale and lift your chin up to the sky. Exhale to tuck your chin down to your chest. One more just like that. Inhale to lift your chin up. Exhale to tuck your chin down, and then head's going to come to a neutral position. And now we're going to move the feet and the toes. So as you inhale, just lift your toes and maybe spread your toes a little bit. And then exhale, soften your toes down. Inhale and lift your toes and maybe spread your toes. Exhale and soften your toes down. Do one more time like that. Inhale, lift your toes and spread your toes. Exhale, soften the toes down. And now we're going to move the feet. So we're going to lift the toes and the balls of the feet, which means you might rock back into your sits bones a little bit. Inhale as you lift your feet up. Exhale as you float your feet back down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. Do that one more time. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. And now we're going to take it into a seated cat-cow from here. So with those feet planted on the ground, inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest, arch your back. Exhale, round your back, round your shoulders, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest, arch your back. Exhale to round your back. Awesome. One more time, just like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. And then with a more neutral spine, we're going to step the feet out nice and long, but keep a super generous bend in the knees and keep your feet fairly wide. So we want to just make sure we have plenty of space here. And then we're going to take it into a light fold. So you're just going to think about pulling the belly up and over just to make a little bit of space and then soften. So belly against the thighs, soften through the back of the body. Notice how the backs of your legs feel. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. And then we're going to come up right away. So walk your hands up your shins, step your feet closer to your body, but with maybe just a little bit wider. And now hands are going to come behind the back and take a couple of windshield wipers here. Just start to rock the knees side to side, but find a depth of work that feels good to you. So don't worry about what your shape looks like so much as just that little bit of movement. So you're moving your knees, you're moving your ankles, you're moving your hips. Awesome. Take one more rock of those knees side to side. And then from here, either you crisscross your legs or just send your legs out in front of you, just whatever feels like a better position to sit in so you can sit up fairly tall. And then take a gentle twist, just twisting in one direction, but keep it soft and light. So rather than leveraging or pushing against the knee, go just as far as your body feels like is a natural position of a twist, and then take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. 2 more cycles of breath. And then on your next inhale, come through center, and exhale, take your twist over to the other side, but keep it light. So go just as far as feels like a natural position rather than like yanking yourself into it. And then once you've got that soft, gentle twist, come back to your breath. Nice, generous inhale. Slow but natural exhale. Take one more breath. And then on your next inhale, come back to center. And then if your legs are crossed, lean back into your sits bones, swing your legs out. But if your legs are out in front of you, maybe just take them a little bit wider. And then we're going to pull the pinky toes back. So we're going to externally rotate the feet and then pull the toes in. So a slight internal rotation. Pull the toes back and then draw the toes in. And then just do that one more time. Pull the toes back, draw the toes in. And now we're going to come back to that light pulling back. So kind of like that middle ground, right? Where the toes are gently pulling back, but not that extreme position. And then once you've got your way there, just walk yourself forward just to a point like feels like a nice stretch. So for some of us, it might feel like a stretch in the inner thigh and groin. For some of us, it might feel like a stretch in the hamstrings. And then for some of us, you might feel sensation in the outer edges of your hips. So just go to a point where you feel sensation in your body and then pause there. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more breath. Gently lift yourself back up. And now we're going to grab hold to the backs of the knees, bend your knees, pull the legs together. And now we're going to spin it around so we come into a tabletop position or come onto all fours. But as you come onto your all fours position, just check your knees. Make sure your knees feel good and happy. If you need to double cushion your mat or put a little blanket or a towel under your knees, take a second to do that. But then once you feel like you're in a good position in your tabletop, curl your toes under, draw your butt back to your heels just a little bit, and then come forward, shoulders back in line with the wrists. Keep the toes curled under, pull your butt back toward your heels. Come forward, shoulders come in line with the wrists. Beautiful. Do that one more time. Pull your butt back to your heels. Come forward. We're going to release the toes. So we're going to find that neutral position with the feet and then slide your left hand, right leg out. So we're just going to keep a steady position here. Notice your abdominal muscles, notice your shoulders. Can you be nice and stable here? Take one more breath. And then slide that back up and in, and we're going to switch to the other side. So right hand, left leg are going to slide out. Notice your torso, make sure it feels stable, slide it back in. And now we're going to go a little bit fluid motion. So left hand, right leg are going to slide out, but the rest of your torso stays stable. Bring it back in with a gentle bit of control. Right hand, left leg slide out and bring it back in. One more time each side. Left hand, right leg slide out. Bring it back in. Right hand, left leg slide out. Bring it back in. And now keeping your hips fairly in line with your knees, we're going to move right into puppy pose. So walk your hands towards the top edge of your mat. Nice wide position with your arms and your hands, and then let your chest and your forehead melt down. Take 3 nice deep breaths here. When you're ready, nice and slow, start to walk your hands back up and in. We're going to move right into extended child's pose. So big toes together, walk your knees out to a width that feels good to you. I like the outer edges of my mat, but that little variation for everybody's hips might be a little bit different. So just walk your knees out wide to a depth that feels good, that it creates a little space for the belly and the chest. And then once you've got that there, soften through the upper body. Let your chest soften down, let your forehead soften down. Keeping this extended child's pose position if you can. Keep your elbows on the ground if you can. And now we're going to do this 3 times. So just you might find a variation of range of motion. But you're going to see if you can bring the hands together and then bring the hands, prayer hands behind the back of the head, like you're making a little shark fin at the back of your head. And then bring your hands back down to the ground. And then see if you can do that again. Pull your hands together, bring them to the back of the head like you're making a little shark fin. And then bring your hands back down to the ground. And then see if you can do that just one more time. Hands together, hands to the back of the head, hands down to the ground. And then once your hands are down on the ground, lift yourself back up. We're going to spin the legs out to one side and then just sit back on the butt so that we can swing those legs out in front of us. And then from here, grab your strap, your TheraBand, or whatever you're working with. We're just going to catch hold of the bottom of one foot, get a firm handhold, and just take a couple of good bends and straightens of that leg. Nothing extreme. We just want to create a little bit of length in the back of the leg. Awesome. One more time, up and down. And then we're going to release that foot and switch to the other side. So we're going to catch hold of the other foot, get your little loop so you got a good handhold, and then just take a couple of good bends and straightens of that leg. It doesn't need to be extreme. And I like to keep a little micro bend in the knee just so that I'm not yanking too much against the hamstring. Nice. One more up and down. And then release that foot, but keep your TheraBand or your stretchy band or your yoga strap just nearby. But now we're going to start to find our way down to the ground. So scoot your butt forward, curl your tailbone under, gently lower your way down to the ground. And then once you're there, just give everything a second. Let your clothes get situated, let your hair get situated, let your feet and your back get situated, make sure everything feels good on the ground. And then once you feel like things are in a good position, toe heel your feet out so that they're getting closer to the outer edges of your mat, and come back to those windshield wipers, dropping the knees gently side to side. Nice. Now, the next time your knees drop over to the right, let them sink all the way down. Let your left knee get heavy, and then see if you can feel a little stretch or sensation through that front left hip pocket area. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. 2 more cycles of breath. On your next inhale, knees float to center, and then we're going to drop the knees over to the left. Let them sink all the way down. And now here we pay attention to that right front hip area. So see if you can find a little sensation through the front of the right hip. Take one more breath. And then as you inhale, knees are going to lift to center. And now we're going to walk the feet a little bit closer. So feet are going to be about hip width distance apart. And then we're going to just let our hands come out at our sides, maybe anatomical position, but with the palms facing down. So you get a little bit of an anchor into your arms. And we're just going to focus on the right leg and right knee. So we're going to drop the right knee out to the side and then bring it back up with control. Drop the right knee out to the side. Bring it back up with control. Do that one more time. Drop your right knee out to the side. Bring it back up with control, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So left knee is going to drop out to the side. We're going to try to keep the torso stable and the arms help stabilize. Bring it back up and in. Drop the left knee out just a little bit. Pull it back up with control. Do that one more time. Drop the left knee out. Pull it back up and in. And now we're going to take it into a figure 4. So we're going to pick up the right leg, bring it across the left. And then once you've got that figure 4 shape, but with the left foot still on the ground, take your figure 4 and wobble it a little bit side to side. Nice. One more little wobble side to side. And then we're going to come to center, lift your left leg up, but go hands free, just drawing the legs toward your chest. And then gently release that left foot back down to the ground. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale and lift the left leg up. Exhale to lower down. One more just like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower down, and now grab your strap or your TheraBand, whatever you're working with. And as you pick the right leg up, we're just going to take our strap and loop around the bottom of the foot, extend the leg up towards the sky, but now we're going to get a firm handhold. So we're going to hold on pretty tight, and then we're going to activate the backs of the legs. So we're going to push the heel down towards the ground. The hands are going to grip onto that TheraBand. You're going to hold on tight, push your heel down towards the ground, catch that resistance and see if you can feel a little bit of a firing up in the back of your thigh. Take a nice big breath. And then as you exhale, let go of that efforting, gently draw the leg in just to a point where you feel a gentle stretch in the back of the leg, and then pause there. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Soften your position there, and then holding on to both ends of your strap with your right hand, you're going to slide your left leg nice and long so it extends towards the end of your mat. Left hand is going to come out like an anchor, so it's just going to plant nice and firm on the ground. And then we're going to take that right leg and swing it side to side. So it's going to come out nice and wide to the right, and then across the midline of the body just a little bit. Swing it out to the right, bring it gently across the midline of the body. And you can let your arm do most of the work here. Out to the right, across the midline of the body. And then the next time you come back to center, re-grab both ends of your strap, gently draw the leg in just to the point where you feel a little tug in the back of the thigh, and then stop there. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. And then when you're ready, slide your left leg in, bend your right leg, release your foot from the strap, set your foot down, and then with both feet on the ground, pause just for a moment and notice. Notice how everything feels. And then when you're ready, left leg is going to come across the right. So we're going to find that figure 4 shape. And then once you feel like you've found it, rock your figure 4 a little side to side. Awesome. One more little rock side to side. And then as you come back to center, hands free, inhale, lifting the right leg up. Exhale to lower the foot back down to the ground. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. One more time, just like that. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. Nice. And then take your TheraBand or your yoga strap, whatever you're working with, catch hold of the bottom of that left foot. We'll extend the foot up towards the sky, get a good firm handhold. So we're going to hold on tight. And then once you've got that good firm handhold, push your heel down towards the ground. So you're going to use some muscles here. You're going to feel that muscular engagement in the back of the thigh. Your hands are efforting just a little bit. Push your heel down to the ground. Hands are going to resist. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, soften and gently pull the leg in just to the point where you feel that little tug in the back of the thigh, and then pause there. Take a nice deep breath. Cool. And then loosen up your grip just a little bit. Both ends of the strap in your left hand. Slide your right leg nice and long. And now we're going to take that leg in and out. So we're going to swing it out to the left, just as wide as feels good, and then slightly across the midline of the body. Swing it out to the left and swing it across. Swing it out to the left and bring it across. And then as you come back to center, re-grab both ends, take a gentle stretch, gently pulling the leg in. Awesome. And then loosen up your grip, slide the right leg in, release your left foot from your strap. And then with both feet on the ground, just move your prop out of the way. So it's just free to feel both of your legs firm on the ground. So feet on the ground, butt on the ground, hands now coming in alongside the hips. And we're going to move right into pelvic tilt. Exhale, press your low back into the ground. Inhale, release to the natural curve of your back. Exhale, press your low back down. Inhale to release. One more just like that. Exhale, press your low back down. Inhale, release. And now we're going to move right into the supine twist. So pull your right knee up to your chest, extend your left leg long, and take that right knee over to the left. So it's coming over and across the body. Right arm opens out nice and wide. Take 3 nice deep breaths here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, pull that right knee up to your chest. Get a light little squeeze. And now we're going to take that right knee and swing it out kind of wide. So we're going to swing that knee out towards the right shoulder so it opens the hip up just a little bit, and then circle your right foot in one direction. Circle your right foot the other way. Bring the foot back to center, hug that knee and give it one last little squeeze, and then pull the left knee into meet. So both knees into the chest, give a little squeeze, and then hold onto your left knee, let your right leg go nice and long. And then once you've got hold of that left knee, take it right into your supine twist. Left knee comes over and across the body. Left arm opens wide, head turns to the left if that feels good. Beautiful. On your next inhale, pull that left knee back to center. And then we're going to swing that knee out nice and wide. So it's coming towards the left shoulder. So we open the hip up just a little bit, and then circle your foot in one direction. Circle your foot the other way. Cool. And then let your foot come to stillness. Pull that left knee into your chest. Right knee is going to come into meet. We're going to keep the feet slightly together and think butterfly. So we're going to take those knees, circle them out and away from each other, up towards the ceiling, pull it into the chest, and then smooth that out. So we're going to make a couple of circles in this direction. Awesome. And then take those circles and go the other way. So knees together, we push them up towards the ceiling, out and away from each other, and pull them back into the chest. Awesome. One more circle around in this direction, then we're going to take it right into happy baby. So knees are going to be slightly wider. Think about pulling them towards the shoulder, and you might choose to stay in this position. This might be a really nice place to stay. But if you've got the handhold and it works good for you, float your feet up. See if you can maybe grab hold of the blade edges of your feet or your big toes, or you might even keep the feet up, but grab the backs of the thighs. So just find the handhold that feels the most comfortable to you, and then give everything a second. Let your knees kind of get heavy down towards the floor. Let your shoulder heads get heavy towards the floor, and then see if you can also let your tailbone get heavy towards the floor. Cool. And then once you've got that softer position, if it feels good to do so, you're going to just rock a little bit side to side, super gentle, super mindful, and just notice here, how does your back feel? How do your hips feel? And how does your inner thighs feel about that movement? If the movement doesn't feel good, leave that off. Nice. One more little rock side to side. And then as you come back to center, we're going to let the right leg go up and the left leg go down. So left foot's going to plant down on the ground. Think leg up the wall, but just single leg. So right leg up towards the ceiling. And then just take your foot, draw some circles on the ceiling with your toe, go in one direction. Take your foot, draw some circles on your ceiling with your toe, go the other way. Awesome. And then let your foot find a really soft position, and then just give your leg a good gentle shake. The shaking is nice for the lymphatic movement. So lymph fluid does not move on its own. The movement of the body is what helps lymph move, but it's also important because it can get pooled up in our feet and our legs, especially if we sit in chairs all day. So we want to kind of move that lymphatic fluid and let gravity do a little work for us here. Take one more good shake of that leg, and then when you're ready, release that foot down to the ground. Left leg is going to come up to the sky with a soft, gentle bend of the knee. Take your left foot, draw it in circles, go in one direction. Take your foot, draw it in circles, go the other way. Nice. And then let your foot come to stillness or a softer position with the foot and ankle, and then just give that leg a nice gentle shake. And then as you shake that leg up towards the sky, just take a second to tune into your body. Notice how you're feeling. And then as you start to float that foot down, ask your body where would be your best Shavasana. Would it feel good to take it into constructive rest, knees dropping in towards each other? And that can be really nice supportive position for the back, or maybe you need a little action. You want a little bit of extra work for the hips, knees come out to the left and to the right, or maybe you like that more traditional shape and you walk your feet nice and long. So whatever shape of your body feels good and lets you get into a soft and comfortable position, take a second to find your way there. And then just make sure your clothes feel comfortable, your hair is in a good place. And then once you've got your body in a nice position, let everything else quiet down. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. You always have the option to stay in your Shavasana as long as you like. But if you feel called to do so and you're ready to reawaken your body, invite some gentle movement into your fingers, some gentle movement into your toes, maybe move your wrists, maybe move your ankles. And then start to invite some other bigger movements in. Maybe you move your knees, maybe you move your hips, any little bit of movement that feels good to you. And then especially if your legs are in that bent knee position, if you like that big good morning stretch, step your feet nice and long to the end of your mat, arms reach up and overhead, and then just reach through your fingers, reach through your toes. Take a nice big breath back into your body. Awesome. And then in your own way, at your own pace, find your way up to a comfortable seated position. Take your time as you come up. No need to rush. And then as you come up to that comfortable seated position, just take a second. Wiggle into your sits bones, find that nice tall uplifted spine. We're going to take the left hand, reach across to the right side of your neck with just a gentle handhold. And then with that firm but gentle handhold, turn your head gently side to side. One more turn of your head side to side. And then as your head comes back to center, release your hand, take it over the other way. So right hand's going to reach across. You get a firm but gentle handhold, and then just start to turn your head gently side to side. Awesome. One more turn of your head side to side. And then as you bring your head back to center, stack both hands right on top of your heart. If it feels good to do so, bow your head to your heart. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Another nice deep breath, and let your shoulders lift a little bit. Let the whole front of the body kind of lift and contract just a little bit. And then as you exhale, just let your shoulders soften and your jaw relax. And do that one more time. Inhale, let your shoulders lift, maybe just scrunch up just a little bit. And then as you exhale, shoulders soften and jaw relax. Beautiful. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, think about softening the shoulders and letting go of anything you're holding on to that won't serve you through the rest of your night. And then when you feel ready, gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy, happy Wednesday. You guys are amazing.